Welcome to this episode of Middle Class Money. We're going to talk about my accounts today and figure out how I can simplify them just to make my finances easier. So let's dive in. All right, so you can take this. This is basically all of the banks that I have my accounts with. There are a lot. So there's five total. But then within those, each institution, I have multiple. So within the ICCU, I have my Nathan's checking account.
And what's that for?
Well, that's a really good question. I think that my checking account is primarily where a lot of, like, if I'm grocery shopping or getting gas, also some of my bills come out of this account. It's really like my primary checking account. The problem is I don't keep a lot of money in this account. Story time. Back in high school, I got my debit card stolen at Walmart, and I think I only had like $60 on it, but someone went to the gas station and filled up their card.
That's
and
awful.
Literally took all my money. And so ever since then, I've been like really hesitant to keep a lot of money on that card. And so what I do is when my bills are like 2 days before my bills will come out, I'll like move money over so that I don't overdraft, because I never keep probably more than like $100 in there. But I probably have like $1,000 of bills that come out of that account every month. So it's just back and forth. I'm always taking from the next account, which we should talk about, is my free checking. That's the name of the account. Basically, this is where my paycheck goes. And so I take this account, and then anytime I have a bill, I'll move the money over to my other checking account. Although I should say that also some of my bills do come out of this account. I think like my mortgage payment. So just like a couple.
Wait, so the free checking, your paycheck goes into your other checking?
My paycheck goes into the free checking, and then I move a percentage of the check into my first checking
For bills. Okay.
And I do that kind of throughout the month. Although like at the beginning of the month, within like the first 5 days, I do have like 15 bills come out, and so I will move over like a bigger chunk, maybe like $500 or $700 to take care of all those at once. Next up, I have a business checking account. This one's really simple. I run a passive income website, and all of my money from that website comes in here, and then I just hold that money there. Now let's move to my savings account. Or should we cover my other checking accounts on my other platforms, or should we just move into savings on this?
Those are savings.
Okay, so on my savings, I have 5 savings accounts on this platform. So I have my first, it's just called a secondary savings. I honestly don't remember the last time I did anything with this. I'm like checking to see. Oh, I think I put some money in crypto from this account. For a short time, this bank that I was working with, they allowed you to invest in crypto. So I think I invested like $10 in crypto. But then I had to sell it because they stopped offering the service. And
Did you make any money?
$1.53.
Heck yeah.
So I guess that investment was worth it.
Crypto, shoot to the moon.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much this is an account that I really just don't use this. So kind of probably should just get rid of this.
Is there any money in it?
There is $15.62.
So you probably just move that into like an investment.
Probably should move this out and then just close that
Okay.
one. Next up, I have my Nathan's savings account. The purpose of this savings account is whenever I get my paycheck, some of my bills go to one of my credit cards. So I'll move my money from my checking account to the savings account to pay the credit card. So I always use this one to pay my credit card. Returned mail fee monthly statement. $5 each.
What's that from?
Wonder if that's from the bank.
Wait, so you use this one to pay off your credit cards?
I use it to pay off my Apple credit card. Like you can see, like payment to Apple card, payment to Apple card, payment to Apple card.
Is that a monthly thing or?
Just
like
usually,
whenever you use
whenever
it?
I use it, I try to pay it off as soon as the charges come. So it just depends. But I do need to look into this. I've lost $15 in the last 6 days to fees. So probably worth checking into. But anyway, this is pretty much my pay off the Apple card account at this point. Next up, I have an investing account. Basically what this was is before I was actually investing, I was putting some money aside each month for a future investment, whatever that was. I did open a Roth IRA about 1.5 years ago. So all the money from this account went into the Roth IRA. And then I just direct deposit to the Roth IRA now.
From this account?
No, from my second checking account, from my free checking.
So there's like no point for that.
So there's no point in having this at this point. Next account I have has $1.81. It says vehicle. That's the name of the account. Basically, when we were saving up for a car, this is where we put that money. We're not saving. I should be having a sinking fund at this point, which I've thought about doing, honestly, but I don't think I need a dedicated account for a sinking fund for a vehicle. I'm imagining hopefully both of our vehicles last a while longer.
So do you think that's something you want to close then?
Probably close it out.
Okay.
Next up, my next account it's the last savings account. It's called House Fund. Just over $5,000 in it. Basically, at this point, this is the savings account. I guess it's a little low at this point. We did use some of our savings to buy a house. End of fence.
Is that like your 6-month emergency fund or something, or just general savings?
Kind of just a general savings at this point. I guess the goal is for that to be the emergency fund.
It's just too small right now.
Yeah, it's just too small. Okay. So yeah, I think I should just rename that to probably be emergency fund, and then build it up a little bit more.
And that's all for ICCU.
That's all
8
for
accounts.
ICCU. Well, and then I do have the credit card. ICCU credit card. This is the business credit card that I just pay off every month for my website hosting, and it's like $15 every month that I pay off.
Okay. And then so you'll keep that. Just nothing will change.
Yeah. So yeah, that one.
Some 10 accounts.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just move on. Let's get the rest of these accounts here really quick, and then we can kind of talk about some strategy. So next up, I have an account with Chase. I just set this one up. I think we need to do another video about this. So I just set up three more accounts with 3 more institutions: Chase, Capital One, and Wells Fargo.
One in each.
So basically, the Chase, I have a credit card account and then a checking account. And then for the Capital One, it's just a credit card account. And then for the Wells Fargo, I have a savings account and a checking account. So yeah, that's basically... This is what my finances look like.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different locations that you have your money in.
Yeah. And I should say, like, up until 2 months ago, pretty much I only had the ICCU and the investments. The Chase, Capital One, and Wells Fargo, which I think opened another 6 or 7 accounts. Those are all new because I found an infinite money glitch, which is probably going to be another video.
Video coming soon.
But I was able to get let's see, 600, 300, 600, basically $1,200 free over the last 2 months from those 3 accounts, which is why they're opened. Like the Chase and the Capital One, I opened those because they had a credit card deal. So there's a lot of accounts here. There's reasons for each one. That's the thing. And I kind of explained that as we went through, but I don't know.
So the Chase, Capital One, and Wells Fargo, those are all your money glitch thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like we can probably just ignore that for now then.
Yeah, maybe just chop those out.
And then what do you have at Vanguard again? Should we check?
We could if I had my phone.
Okay, so now the goal is to consolidate, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So if we focus on the ICCU, we've already established that we can close 3 accounts. So do we want to do that right now, or like?
I don't really know what the process is, because I'll have to move all the money out, which isn't that much in these accounts. Move the money out, and then I don't know if I'll be able to close it myself or if I need to ask someone. But let's just plan to close. Do you want to remind me which ones those were again?
Secondary savings, investing, and vehicle.
Okay. So 2 savings. Oh wait, 3 savings accounts. What do you think about having 2 checking accounts?
I personally have 2 checking accounts, but for your reasoning, I think it's good. But I think you should get your bills all in one account,
right? So
it's like less confusing.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm looking to try a new strategy with all my bills, where I pay all my bills on a credit card.
That's a good idea.
So that basically I make all the I could just have the bills come out whenever. I don't have to worry about having money in the account. All the bills come out as long as I'm making enough to cover the bills. Have all the bills go on the credit card. Pay the credit card off once a month, and then I can get points, or I don't know anything about that. That's just something that I'm exploring. But I think you're right. I think whatever happens, there needs to be some consolidation, because I have bills coming out of both checking accounts, some of my savings accounts, and some of my credit cards. So I have
bills out of your savings account.
I think maybe one.
What bill?
Oh, it's just my Apple card. So yeah, I guess no bills come out of the savings. But the reason why I initially opened, and maybe I explained this a little earlier, but I initially opened a second checking account because I got my money stolen from the first checking account. And for a while, I was just having my paycheck go into the savings account. But the problem is with the savings account, I only get a certain number of transfers every month. So I was racking up transfer fees because, as you can see, I'm always moving a ton of money around. Like, oh, I have this bill coming out. I'll move it over. Like, I was doing that like 20 times a month. And so racking up tons of fees. And obviously that wasn't worth it. So, I like having the security of having a checking account that's not attached to a card. Because like my second checking account, there's no card. So I could never lose the card unless someone hacked into my bank account. Which can happen to me. That money's safe, and I like that. So that's why I have the second checking, but maybe you're right. Maybe, like, my bills should just all come out of... Like, maybe my bills should just come out of that free checking account rather than coming out of my other checking account, because then I'll just... Like, my paycheck goes there.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the best idea.
Yeah, that would probably work. And then... But do I keep this... Maybe then I could keep this Nathan's checking.
Because this is still for, like, going out, like, food.
Right.
Whatever.
Right, like gas. Because, like, I'll use it... It's
Although,
I use my card.
Would it be better to do that on a credit card, though?
Probably.
Because if you're playing for points.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know enough about that yet. Something about spending on a credit card, I'm not like a huge fan of, like grocery shopping on a credit card.
I know if you go like too much, your credit score will tank.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the
Yeah, I think you're supposed to stay below like 10 or 15% total utilization. Basically, I'm generally pretty smart with the credit cards. Like I said, I opened those few credit cards to get some more to get free money. Maybe that's one of the only downsides to the infinite money glitch is they check all your credit cards. But anyway, that's kind of where that's at. So close 3 of the accounts.
So you have 8. We're getting rid of 3, so that leaves 5.
And then we're gonna. I think part of it's not just getting rid of the accounts, but making sure the accounts that I do have are just being used wisely. So like with those 2 checking accounts, I think it'd be smart to do what you mentioned and have either all the bills come out of just one place. So do a little bit of consolidation there.
And do you think that would be best out of the one that your paycheck gets sent into, so you don't have to?
I think so.
Play with
so I
transfers?
just don't have to play with transfers. I think that would honestly be the best.
Okay, so close the 3 accounts. These are the goals that we're trying to do. Consolidate bills.
All right. I mean, is there anything else other than that?
So we're closing 3 out of 5 savings
3
accounts.
out of 5, and then just improving where the money comes out of. I think that's a pretty good plan. I feel better about that than what it currently is. I don't love pretty much every day, every other day, I'll wake up, check last month's statements, see, okay, this came out this day, this came out this day. Okay, I need to move over this amount, but it might be a little bit different, so I'll put a little bit extra. It's just like moving money around so much. I think part of it's good because I'm so active in the finances, but on the other hand, like sometimes I'll mess up and then I'll overdraft on my checking account. Usually I catch it fast enough that I don't get like a fee for it, but it'd be better if that just didn't happen.
That could save you some nice money. And then you're going to rename some of them.
Yeah, I'll probably like this investing. Okay, we said we're closing investing in vehicle. I'm going to rename the house fund one just as a like emergency account or like emergency savings. I guess all savings is kind of for an emergency. And then the Nathan savings. Did we say we're going to close? Which was the other savings?
Secondary savings, investing, and vehicle.
What about Nathan? So right now I have my credit card coming out of the Nathan savings.
And that's the Apple card? Is that your main credit card? So why wouldn't you pay off that with like your paycheck account?
I could do that too. So we could probably close this Nathan savings too.
Yeah. Because like, when you pay off your credit card, you transfer money from here
to
there, and then out. Okay, yeah. So I feel like we can get rid of that. Let's see. That was Nathan's close.
Yeah.
So now we're down from 8 to 4.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good progress.
Okay. And then, so basically, I'm going to end up, I think one of these is like the primary savings account on my whole bank account. So rather than holding this house fund account, I might have to move it because I think this is like my primary savings. I don't know if I can like close this one. I don't know because it's connected to my checking. Like I opened up like 10 years ago this checking and this savings, so I might just have to move this money to this account. Anyway, I'm gonna close one of them out and then rename it to be just savings. So well, I think that's a pretty good plan. I think that gives me a good place to start at least. Probably do it for like a month or two, like close all the accounts, move stuff where it needs to be. I think one of the biggest reasons I haven't like made this move is because going into all of my like auto pays or whatever, and then switching the account just feels a little bit daunting because I never remember my passwords and it just takes a lot of time. But I think it'll improve my finances just because it will be more automatic. Right now I'm relying a lot on myself to do all of this, but sometimes I don't. So, but I don't miss bills. Like if something overdrafts, I just pay it. Like I've got the money to do it. It's just that it's so manual at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed this little review of my financial accounts. As you can see, like it's easy to make a mess of everything that's going on in your finances. Like even if you're good with money, if you're watching this, you're good with money, or if you suck at money, it can be really easy to have just messy accounts. If any of you would like us to review your financial accounts or give you like a budget review or anything like that, that's something that we're wanting to start doing. So reach out to us, maybe just in the comments, and we can kind of connect with you and get that process started. Thanks.
See you in the next one.